All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Houston Texans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Come back. Richmond.
Here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Reset.
After the penalty, it's Miller. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Flag 22. Richmond.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Watson. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
There we go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
4 down. Check. 120.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Great. 82.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Wentz now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll bring up a second down.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
On second down, here's Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Watson now to throw, and incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
We're good, we're good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Lose 5-7, lose 5-7.
On first down, Wentz drops it off to Ajayi. A good pickup there, 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll toss it to Ajayi. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Great 15, great 15. 82, 82.
Snap coming at 1. Now wins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this from 39. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on second is Watson. Underneath for Miller. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty?
I'm so confused. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Black. Come on. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Wentz now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
81. Here we go.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Here we go. 180. Hey, Ford, Tokyo. Gray 15. Gray 15. 81.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Christian Covington in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. A second quarter score from Carson. And the Ravens have opened things up there. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Good chip.
To throw, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And here comes the Texans now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They begin with a run by Miller. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On second down, here's Watson. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Richmond. Down. Back on the game.
From the gun, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Great.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Wentz now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Great.
On play action, it's Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. So we have reached halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Great 15.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Go. Trey 15. Trey 15. Please 5 steps.
Working from the gun. Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. Got four down.
Wentz going to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit when I remember Darren Sproles coming out of college. I remember one scout saying, yeah, but what are you going to do with him in the pass game? Quarterback can't find him downfield because he's only 5'6". On that screen pass, they found him pretty well. And his balance is unsurpassed. He's so strong, he can take hits and stay on his feet.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Tiger.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? To throw is Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Lion. Trey 15. Trey 15. 46 down, man. 5-4. Black, come on.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Finding room to the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Sunday. 82. 82. Run.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Buying time to his left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Texans say they have it. They do. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now a handoff to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Reset.
Watson off play action. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Richmond.
Here's a give to Miller. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that's complete. It's Allington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Lamar Miller able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run it again with Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd quarter in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll begin the drive with a J. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now a toss play. It's a J. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are back within a score. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Miller. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Running left is Miller. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. The catch made by Miller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Come back!
To throw on 2nd is Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And some space here. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Here's Watson. Room to run inside the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
This is Miller. And some room to run now. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Miller. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Sunday.
Here's Wentz to throw. Going long here for Wallace. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Pac-Man. 120. Sunday. Hey, other side, solid.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Straight 15. Straight 15.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace.
Hey, empty. Empty. Great.
He's back to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Lion. Wrap. Great. Shift. Lion.
He'll look to throw. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Go. 81.
Now Wentz, got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Shorty. Watch quick. Hey, Ford Tokyo.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Elliott now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Eagles, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.